Okay, so welcome to the video. I'm going to do a bottom line up front, a BLUF, my opinions of this board, my experience with this board. Experiences and opinions will change. My bottom line up front is, would I buy this board again if given the opportunity? The answer is no. I would not pay over $700 for this board. If you can get this board for $450, $500, it'd be a pretty good buy, I think. But I would not buy it again for the price that I paid. There's too many other boards on the market. There's the Backfire that just came out that has it's about the same price and has more range, more power, more everything. And it's also, Backfire has 2 customer service location within the United States. So you're actually dealing with people in your own time zone or close to your own time zone. And everything else. I haven't dealt with their customer service. I don't know if they're any good just because they're located in the United States, but I think if given the opportunity, if given the opportunity, I would buy the Backfire over the Wowgo in a heartbeat. So why did I come to this opinion? Here's, my 100-mile review. Come with me. I got some great shots, some great scenery, and the entire time I just ramble on about this board and my experience. This is a long video. I purposely made it long to give all the people that want as much information as possible before they spend, over $700 on a board. I made this video for you guys to give you as much information as possible. So enjoy, please like, please subscribe. And I'm gonna reach out to Backfire, see if they're willing to even send me maybe even a used board or something to review. I don't have another $700-800 to spend on a new board just to do a video. So sorry, if they're willing to send me something to review, then I'll try to make those videos. If you want to see the video, comment that, and then also reach out to Backfire and tell them, hey, Ramatoric's YouTube channel looking for a board. I like his reviews and I want to see that review. Thanks, enjoy. Let me know what you think in the comments. Today is the day. I'm back out with my Wowgo. Gonna go for a ride. I'm at approximately 90 miles right now. So today we will hit our 100 miles. So instead of just taking a bunch of video and doing a voiceover, I've decided to take you guys along with me and join me for the last 10 miles, and I will discuss the board and my final thoughts on it on the last 10 miles, which will put us at 100 miles. So come along with me. Let's go for some beautiful rides and let's talk about the board. So I figured instead of going over a pros and cons, or these are the 10 things I like, these are the 10 things I didn't like, I would just go over my experience throughout the entire Wowgo situation, I guess, from when I purchased it to now. So this is going to be a little bit longer video, but this is the type of video that I wish that I could have found when I was doing all the research before I bought this board. So let's talk about that. When I first decided, hey, I want to buy an electric skateboard, I started doing a lot of research and watching a lot of YouTube videos. And the majority of the YouTube videos that I found, they're really good videos, don't get me wrong, but they focused on, hey, I just got this board in the mail, and this is what I think about it. They really focused on going over the specs of the board, like, hey, does it go as fast as they claimed, does it go as far as they claimed, and how does it stack up against other boards, which was great, don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna do it a little bit different for this video in an attempt to shed some light on the entire process of getting a board and owning a board for the first 100 miles. So on paper, the Wowgo was really good. That's why I decided to go with it. It seemed like just that the the support was really nice. The board was built really nice. And everywhere that I looked kind of put it competing with boosted board. I paid just over $700 for it. It was more expensive than some of the competitor, but it was cheaper than others, you know? It was kind of right in the middle. I felt like I was getting, maybe I was getting kind of the more upper end of the Chinese boards. So that's why I decided to go with them. Everybody has said that the customer service went responsive, which is rare for the Chinese board brands. So I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna give this a try. I paid full price for the board. They didn't send me anything. They didn't give me anything. I did find an online coupon that I think knocked like 40 bucks off of it through another YouTube channel. So I bought the board, and that's where we're gonna start. I purchased the board according to their website. They had fast shipping and they had boards within the United States. That's one of the main reasons why I decided to go with them over another board. I ordered the black one, and about, I believe, now I'm going to estimate all the dates a couple months ago, but I believe like 2 days later, 3 days later, I got an email. I was hoping that the board had already shipped, but I got an email saying, hey, we don't have any black boards. And if you want one, it's going to take a while because we need to make them. But we can ship you just the regular wood grain board right away. And I said, oh, okay, well, I really wanted a black one, but I want the board sooner rather than later. So I decided to go with the one that you see now. Well, a couple weeks go by and I still don't have a board. So I reached out to him and said, hey, well, what the heck? You said that you're going to ship it. You said that I'm going to get shipping information. It's been over a week. What's going on with this? Well, lo and behold, they didn't have any 3Xs in the warehouse. They didn't have any 3Xs in the United States warehouses, so my board was coming from China. So I don't know. For me, it didn't work out them having US warehouses. So I get the board. Right out of the box, the grip tape went bubbled in, I don't know, rough guesstimate, 50 different places. There were bubble all over the grip tape. It looks like put on by somebody that really just didn't care and in a hurry. So I made that into a video, kind of bashed that. Some people commented that you could pop it with a razor blade. That's what I ended up doing, is trying to get all the big bubble together and then pop them with a razor blade, yada yada yada. I probably put 15 to 20 small cuts into this grip tape in order to get it to look halfway decent. Then started the clicking. Look at that view, just beautiful. Then started the clicking. So at about 15-20 miles, somewhere around there, I noticed a clicking in one of the rear motors. I did a video about it at the 30-mile mark, and Wowgo even commented on it, but a couple other people did. It was a set screw to the pulley. When I say pulley, I mean the drive gear on the actual motor. So there's a little set screw that screws into their little Allen head. And sure enough, that wasn't the problem. I tried blue Loctite, I tried red Loctite, I've tried copious amounts of red Loctite. I cannot get it to stop backing out. Morning. So every ride I go on, it backs out a little bit more. I tried filling the entire hole with Loctite, and that's going to be problematic because now the Allen key won't go into the Allen wrench won't go into the top of the set screw because it's filled with Loctite. And I'll try to get a video of it, but it's backing out. You can hear it clicking already during this ride. Every ride it starts to back out and you can hear it clicking. I reached out to Wowgo about that, still don't have an answer. Then last ride, you guys can see in my video, I had a bearing blow, screwed up some parts on the board. I reached out to Wowgo because it's still under warranty, and yep, they're gonna charge me $40 for shipping, which is in my mind absolutely ludicrous. $40 for shipping. I did an update on that. I did get an email back. They are willing to send one wheel, so they're willing to send one of the wheels and the rest of the parts that I had asked for, but it's going to cost me $40, which in my opinion is ridiculous. So I didn't go with that option. I went to a local skate shop, look at my video, MBS, bought wheel bearing from them, got the board back up and running for 80 bucks. And instead of one wheel and just the bearings and just a couple washers and nuts, I pretty much replaced everything. 4 wheels, 8 bearings, multiple spacers, all the lock nuts, all of the washer. I replaced everything for 80 bucks. So yes, they are willing to send one wheel and the rest of the parts. I'm not willing to pay $40 for those parts. I think it's a complete ripoff, especially with the brands and everything else that they're using. I don't see the value in it. I did say in the last email that I sent them that I wasn't willing to pay that. Let's talk about the wheels real quick. So the wheels are my first long ride on it, but they're working out phenomenally on surfaces like this. So I'm sure you guys have some asphalt surfaces that aren't well maintained and that are really rough. That's where the wheels are shining. I mean, I still feel some vibration in it, you know, where your feet almost feel tingly or asleep. I still feel that, but it's nowhere near as bad as with the other wheels. And I think that's just because they're bigger, right? These are 100 millimeter. The Wowgo wheels are 90 millimeter. So far, I mean, through that video, I've gone over some dirt paths too. Normally with the old wheel, I would have gotten off the skateboard and walked those or taken the concrete paths. And with these, I just go right over it. So super happy with the wheels so far. I thought with the nubs, or you know, the all-terrain feature of the wheels, that they would be a little rough even on smooth pavement. That's not the case. They're completely smooth on normal pavement. Yeah, so let's see how we do on this bridge. Bridge did jump fine. There's a couple of though on this trail. Some of them are really dry rotted out with big holes. I won't ride over all of them, but anyway, back to the Wowgo. So yeah, that's everything that I just mentioned and why I wouldn't buy it again. Am I happy with it? Mildly happy with it. I think if I would have paid, you know, $400 or $500 for that board and had the problem that I've been having and stuff, I would have been completely okay with it. But I spent the extra money. I spent, you know, I'm not going to mention any brand names, but there was a couple brands that were pretty much the same board, even belt driven. And they were a couple $100 cheaper. I went with the more expensive one because I thought I was getting better quality and better customer service. Turns out I got duped. I think it's the same quality and the same customer service that I would have had. I don't have anything to base that opinion off of. It's just my opinion. So yeah, I wouldn't buy this again. And no, ultimately I'm not satisfied with the money that I paid. I'm gonna keep riding it, but I totally expect to have more and more problems with it. I'm probably gonna have to start outsourcing, you know, just generic parts or parts from other websites and hope for the best. I mean, something's gonna have to be done with the gears on the belt drive something gonna have to be done with the gears. I don't know what yet. I'm hoping that with all of the do-it-yourself builds that exist, I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to source at least 2 of the gears, you know, that will fit on these motors, and try that. But I fully anticipate and fully expect me having to replace parts, and not through Wowgo, because if I go through Wowgo, I'm gonna have to pay the ridiculous prices and the shipping for the same parts that I'm replacing, and obviously I'm replacing them for a reason. I think the motor are good. The board in general, it's very strong, it's very fast, it's very nimble. I really like the feel of the board. It's just everything else that ended up being a terrible experience. Like, if the board either stayed together better, check this out. There's some big gaps in this. Let me stop and show you what I'm actually going over with this board and the bigger tires. Make sure nobody can come in. Look at that. It's actually just, I mean, rough. It's rough, but it actually going over this, I wouldn't have tried this. I've been over the bridge one time when my board broke. I came on this trail and I walked the board over this bridge. Now here I am riding it. Okay, sorry, I kind of forgot where I was in this monologue. I'm trying not to record people the best I can in this trail. I'm very there's a lot of traffic on the trail this morning. I mean, it's a beautiful Colorado day and it's a Saturday, so everybody out enjoying the outdoors, and the trail too awesome not to come and enjoy. There's my concrete back. Okay, so yeah, I mean, if the board went a couple $100 cheaper, I would be completely satisfied with it. The board in general, when it is together, if you can get over the clicking noise, because it's never going to go away, it's a phenomenal time. I love riding it. I love being out. I love seeing the scenery. I really like making the videos and sharing my experiences with everybody. But there's just too many problems. I've had to do maintenance on it almost after every ride, especially with that gear. So tightening that set screw, that has to be done after every ride. Obviously wiping off the bearings, that's kind of normal. That's any skateboard. If you get the bearing dirty, they're going to fail on you. So cleaning it up is stuff like that. But just the entire experience with it breaking, with the maintenance problem, with the shipping, with not getting the black one that I wanted, even though they said it was in stock and in a US warehouse, with being duped into buying the just plain wood one, natural wood one, being duped by them saying that they can ship that right away. So being duped on that shipping by saying that they can send that one right away. They made it sound like it was in the US warehouse. The website said it was in the US warehouse. It said that they were in stock. And it still took roughly 3 weeks to a month to get it in the US. Let's see how the wheel do on this bridge. I mean, it's loud. But it went over it. So let's talk about the wheels for a second. Can't say enough about MBS mountain boards. I believe that's what they're called. I went to their store once. The irony about their store, the irony about it is that where the bearing blew up and I got stranded and had to call my wife to come pick me up, their store is maybe a mile, just, you know, a couple blocks just down the road from where I broke down. I had no idea that their store existed. I had no idea that it existed when all of the stuff happened with the warranty. I mean, I wouldn't at that time It would have been nice to get it fixed to skate home, but I really wanted to kind of go through the process of the warranty and figure out whether, you know, if their warranty, or if they would honor their warranty, and just what the entire process was. I was kind of looking forward to doing a whole video on that, like, you know, reached out, this is what they said, this is how long it took, this is what the shipping was, but sorry viewers, I'm not willing to pay $40 for the shipping that they were requesting. So because of all that warranty process finagling and fiasco, whatever you want to call it, I decided to just put my own money back into the board, and I paid the $80, and MBS really helped me out, and I'm loving their wheels. So let's talk about the wheels for a second. So I think the wheels are a great addition to the board. Right now, I mean, I only have, what, 5 miles on them at most, but right now I'd recommend them for any board that they'll actually fit on. One of the wheels did rub just a tiny bit. I'll stop and show that here in a good stopping area. But one of the wheels did rub just a little bit. Not a big deal to me. I figured that it'd work itself out, and it did. I think within the first probably 10 seconds of riding it, it worked itself out. Would you look at that? I'm back. I'm about maybe half a mile from where the board blew up last time. Say the board blew up. The bearing gave out. Wheel passed me. So yeah, I think that's all the rambling that I have for this video. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. Tell me why. I can't improve and make better videos if I don't know what people like and what people dislike about the video. So thanks. I'm going to do a couple more videos, or a couple more snippets to plug into here. I'll do a bottom line up front. You will, good morning. You will have already seen that because I'm going to put it at the beginning of the video. And right now I'm going to try to find a decent downhill section, because that's when I'm on the throttle, it doesn't do the clicking noise anywhere near bad. When you're off the throttle and coasting, that's when it does the clicking noise. So I'll try to find a downhill section and get some video and audio of that clicking noise. I don't know if it's going to come out on the video. Hopefully it does. But thanks again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And let me know if you have any questions. If you have a question and you want to see different videos, or my take on that board, or anything else, this is going to kind of be the last big video that I do of this board. I might do some more reviews on the wheels because they're new, but I think I've told everybody much information you're going to want to hear about this specific board and my experience with it. So thanks. Check that out. One more thing. BMX track. So this is the farthest I've been on this trail. I was going down this trail when my bearing blew up, and that happened about half a mile ago or so. Pretty cool. So I did forget to mention one thing, and that's the last email that Wowgo sent me. So I sent them an email saying, I'm not going to pay $40 shipping. I think it's ridiculous. I think you're overcharging me for the shipping. And not to mention, it's going to take, 3 weeks to a month to get the parts. I'm not going to pay that. I said also I've had quite a few problems with this board, and I explained the whole drive gear again to them. This is the third or fourth time that I've said something about it, and they've yet to give me a fix or even reply to it. So they did respond to that email sometime late last night, early morning, and in their reply they justified their board. They said that our boards go through a rigorous inspection process, and we're gonna airship the parts which is gonna take, I think they claimed 2 to 3 weeks. I think that's what they claimed. Anyway, I've already bought the parts. I'm not doing that. I'm not waiting 2 to 3 weeks and paying $40. Said that enough times. But yeah, so their fix to the problem that I'm having with this board is that they go through a rigorous inspection process. I don't know how that's a fix. How is that a fix? Somebody explain this to me. Wowgo posted comments on a couple of the videos, so Wowgo, explain it to me. Explain it to everybody. Explain it to everybody that sees this video. How is your inspection process a fix to the clicking noise coming out of the drive pulleys, drive gears, whatever you want to call them? And like I said, try to find a hill right up here and get a video of this clicking noise. All right, so forgive the camera work. I'm trying to get the audio, not the visual. So I don't know if you can hear it. It's not as bad right now because I've tightened it recently and just starting to come loose. The more rides you put on it, without tightening it back down, the worse it gets. It gets to where you can really hear it just standing up.